could you tell us more about your experience in the film industry?
Actually, I started with uh, um, with my drawings and as a visual artist. It's about 2006. So actually, everything I do is connected with my visual work. You have already read my interview, I guess, about my
Yep.
work.
Yeah, but I saw something about filmmaking there as well.
Yes, it is filmmaking because actually half of my work is connected with writing in this medium about screenwriting. So actually, what you see in the interview is actually a presentation, which is a storyboard presentation of my work, which is actually most recently sent to USA about a screenplay contest, and actually it is my personal project. Which eventually, if it will turn successful, it will be made into a book too.
Amazing. So, what are some of the projects you've been involved in or are involved in right now?
Actually, these are my personal project because I manage an art studio. So actually, I work in graphic novel, drawings. So that is a visual medium, very closely related with filmmaking. So I do my drawings in sequences which are very similar to the film medium. That is what I do now,
Hmm.
actually.
But
So
looking at your profile on LinkedIn, it says since 2006, Ivan has been working as a concept artist in
yeah,
various film productions in Hollywood, California. Could you tell us more a bit about that?
actually, I just started with an independent company which is now defunct. So that is my main financing and making sphere. So actually, it started there with several films which were at the time low budget, and I made the drawings and storyboards. So actually, it started this way, and from this time on, I concentrate and work only on personal projects. Actually,
Right.
so
So, what kind of
so
methodologies do you use for the creative process?
what I use for the creative process, or uh, could you?
Yeah, what methodologies do you use for the creative
Methodology is
process?
a very, I mean, because I grown up in a family of artists, so actually I do use my inner feeling about art, and I transfer it into a project or a product which could be sold. So
And
actually, when I do that, this is related with what I do as an idea. This idea goes to development, and then actually this idea goes to a project which could be a painting, drawing, or actually sequential art. Uh, so that is my strength, relating the visual art and very close to filmmaking.
what is your approach to collaborating with other team members?
Actually, I'm always open to collaboration. That is my work. That's what my studio is about. I work closely with clients globally. So actually, when one uh, requires visual art, visual projects for ads, actually, about uh, visual storytelling, visual design, and so on. So it's all about my work in this year since 2006.
Mm-hmm. And what challenges have you faced with regards to filmmaking so far, and how did you overcome them?
Actually, all that I did so far, the only challenge is, the region where my studio is based. I mean, actually, I told it in my interview, which you read, that it is very rare when a Western company pays attention to an artist from this region where you are from Romania, you know well from what I'm talking about. We are always
Yeah,
on the tail when it's related with uh, big projects, big approaches, and if you have larger than life attitude, it is not the place, not the time here in this region. So actually, I
yeah.
try to make large circling about these factors and to do my work the best way I can. Just like
What are
circle.
your, sorry,
Yeah, yeah,
continue, please.
circle that problems which are related with the religion here, with the problems, the social, the economic problems, and so on. So that is the independent artists actually, which
Yeah.
I try to follow this path.
And what are your thoughts about the future of the film industry?
I think the future of the film industry is related with mm, the director and the writer and his inner approach to the problems, because the filmmaking is very different now after this. I mean, even if we are talking about the pandemic and so on, as a species, as humans, we realize is that the problem of the living or the existential problems about the creative process and so on are not so simple. I mean, it is always complicated and multi-layered. I mean, after the recent period with the pandemic and um, when you have an outlook of life which is different and on very different about what is the mainstream now, there is always some problems about the artist itself himself. So that is all. That is my position now, actually.
And which tools do you use the most in your work?
My tools are actually the visual design and the visual representation of my ideas. This is the best thing I do, and actually I do that since I'm a kid. I mean, you see something in your mind and you transfer it on paper or on a writing medium. So that is the self-expression, actually. Self-expression, which I mean is very common in the Western world, and we here in the East, we always stay hidden about our problems and so on. So I try to be open about what I do.
Right, but do you use any digital tools?
Yeah, digital tools. This is actually the computer, the PC offers. I mean, I use Adobe Premiere. I use filmmaking programs. Actually, until recently, I used it is a program which is a very good fade in. If you do not, fade in. Actually, I wrote my screenplay with it. It is
Right,
very. Yes, but that's actually what is the computer is about. It is the the task is to help the creative process.
exactly. Yeah. And what are some of your future goals? Do you see yourself
I
more
mean,
like
actually,
in visual arts or more in filmmaking?
I think both, because the visual art is something you can make with your own means, and when it's about filmmaking, because you have an ideas which are far beyond the paper and the writing medium. So actually I will be very open to cooperation about that. I mean, the recent screenplay which were sent to USA the last September, it is a very detailed description about the role of the artist in society, which is right now is Bulgaria. So it is a very, different place from the Western world. The Western world has, it is a developed world. Here is developing. Here, the signs and the shadows of the past regime are still felt. So this is very unique about place, about to grow art in place like this.
And do you have any advice for film students and aspiring filmmakers who are just starting out right now?
Yes, my advice is what I did so far. It is to follow their own path and to try to be independent. I mean, independent to, I give my example. So you create something, create painting or drawing or making some writing. So actually, just to help you to be independent and not to be um, under the shadow of some outer circumstances. You know what I mean? Actually, independence
Yeah.
based on the art you produce and you finance. So actually, what I did now, it is all self-financing about what I sold via internet, via platforms. I mean, writings and so on. So actually, that is was uh, my task with the recent screenplay. You see, grandfather wants presentation. It's a storyboard presentation. That is presentation of my actual writing, which is a screenplay. This
Yeah,
is
but
all.
many independent filmmakers have a tough time raising funds and actually with the
Yeah, but
self-finance.
actually, that is
How
exactly
could
what
they how could they raise? What is the best way to raise money?
to raise money, especially in a place which is Bulgaria now. I mean that all that I did so far, it is related with my self-financing. I mean, I sold drawings or paintings, and actually just helped me to write what I wrote about the screenplay. This screenplay is not, it's not influenced by political waves. I tried not to be likable. So that is related exactly with independent financing. And in my case, I just did drawing and so on, so on. So this free capital, at some point, helped me to show my drawings, or in the case with the screenplay, trying to sell it, of course, because if you write a screenplay, the final destination is to sell that. So if you sell that, if you're successful, you will continue to do that. That
So
is my
so
path.
how do you sell a screenplay, for example? What do you
I
do
mean,
to sell a
actually,
screenplay?
so far, many platforms. I mean, if you know Stage 31, 32, actually, Stage 32, there is a platform. There's a platform actually financed by one of the largest US studios. Zoltrop, if you heard about it. Zoetrope is owned by Francis Ford Coppola. So actually, if you are selective where you will sell your product, there is a great chance to continue to do that. I mean, you should be selective with the clients. You should be selected with whom you sell your product. And actually, this is very similar with the people you have in your life. You must be selective too.
And do you just like send your screenplay over for other people to read? What if they steal your idea?
Actually, I never. I mean, because internet is an open platform, so actually I made exchanges with authors and writers. I mean, from the US. So so far, I never had this problem. Someone to try to steal my work. I mean, because actually, which is if we talk about my most recent project. Actually, this is a very unique a piece. I mean, of writing. It's about Bulgaria. It's about the hidden, shadows from the communism. This is actually is very active 30 years after the war fell. So if my project is very unique, very, adequate to what I do, I do not see a way someone to steal it because, someone from Australia or US to write about this, it is very, very uncommon to be that way.